Still Poddable, still Poddable. Boston Celtics, still Poddable, still Poddable. Oh yeah! Still Poddable, still Poddable. Boston Celtics, still Poddable, still Poddable. Banner 19.
Beat Rob, Jim, Pekka, J. King.
Still Poddable, still Poddable.
The Caesar on the court to get another ring.
Still Poddable, still Poddable.
Everybody in the chat now sing.
Still Poddable, still Poddable, still Poddable, still Poddable. Boston Celtics, still Poddable, still Poddable. Oh yeah!
Shut your ass up, man.
Daddy's always happy in here.
Welcome back to Still Poddable, the best Celtics podcast here on Al Gore's Internet. I am Sam Jam Packer, joined by actor, producer, director, dancer extraordinaire, Sean Gauthier, who you can see at the Hyde Park Theater, the theater in Hyde Park. What's the name of the theater, Sean?
Riverside Theater Works.
Their production of Hairspray this weekend. And this is the Poddable postgame show. And we are coming to you 24 hours after the Celtics beat the Knicks in overtime. Man, what a game that was. The Knicks stink. Yeah, the Celtics have beat the Knicks 4 times in a row this year, and it was so much fun to watch a competitive basketball game again. And then tonight happened. Did Jason Tatum play? No. Did Jaylen Brown play? No, but that's probably for the best. He needs to rest up his knee. Did Drew Holiday play? No. Also, rest for him too. Kristaps Porzingis, he's got a broken face. He did not play. Al Horford, he went to San Antonio and watched the Florida Gators win a championship. He doesn't need to play this entire week. He didn't play. Derek White, I don't know what his excuse was, but he also didn't play. And so we got an interesting starting lineup of Baylor Shireman, Luke Cornett, Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, the Quattro Leches, as many are calling them, along with Scory Torrey Craig. And PU, this game stunk. It was bad.
God. It wasn't even like you got to watch Peyton Pritchard go off. It was just, man, it was nothing.
It was a turd sandwich. Shout out to Quap for always joining us here in the post game. There was I guess a few fun moments, but the Celtics just did not score points. They shot 39% from the field, 7 of 40 from deep, and 2 of those threes, so more than 25% of the threes made came from Miles Norris, the random guy they picked up in the Jaden Springer deal. He hit 2. Peyton Pritchard 1 for 7 from deep. Sam Hauser 2 of 8 from deep. Baylor Shireman 1 for 7 from deep. It was ugly. Let's just go quarter by quarter and just talk about the Celtics point total. 21, 20, 20, and 15. For a total of 76 points. I'm pretty sure they said on the broadcast the Celtics had scored 90 points in the last 250 games. 250 games.
Jesus
And then they turned in this abomination of a performance. And it's not like the Magic played well. The Magic stink. The Magic shot 40% from the field. They couldn't even crack 100 points. They shot 36%. And no one on the Magic was particularly good. I guess Franz Wagner scored 23 points. Paolo Banchero, who's supposed to be this next superstar, he was 6 of 17 for 15 points. It was just it was ugly basketball. The Celtics had the chance to tie the NBA record for most road wins in a season with the 2017 Golden State Warriors and the 96 Bulls, and they failed. And I feel like this is a stain on the season. Just like on opening night when they didn't set the record for most three-pointers made in a game, they came out tonight and were just, they just rubbed in our faces how little they wanted to win.
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna be honest. I can't even be mad about it. I've
if we're mad about it,
never
you would
been
be
so
fucking insane.
happy that a basketball game ended. Oh, it's brutal.
I mean, they just turned the ball over. There was a moment of hope. I think they went on a 8-0 run to end the second quarter. to kind of get it within 10. That was fun. There was some moments there, but that was after they had given up a 20-2 run. And then let's just dive into the box of putrid that was the second half here. We'll just throw out some numbers for what the Celtics did in the second half. 3 for 21 from 3. Again, 2 of those coming from Miles Norris. 34% from the field for a total of 35 points. That's an entire half. The Celtics have scored multiple 40-point quarters this year. Peyton Pritchard was a minus 13 in that half. It's just none of it was good. I guess Baylor Shireman did some stuff. I guess maybe. The biggest highlight of this game was the consecutive possessions where Luke Cornett took a fadeaway jumper and then did a left-handed push shot because he had the opportunity to actually try and score. That's the highest moment we achieved tonight. Might have been that or Cole Anthony puking his brains out on the baseline.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
No explanation for why that happened. Stayed in the game, didn't brush his teeth, and then they immediately went to a kiss cam right afterwards. And Abby said on the broadcast that he was going to boot and rally, and I was like, hell yeah, Abby, that's fantastic.
It's just wild. Scal being like, I think he just puked. Like, what the... Oh my god. Yeah, I liked that Nimi had the one cool dunk and then chest bumped the pad behind the hoop. That was cool.
According to the infamous dunk score, that was the 4th highest rated dunk of the entire season, which makes no sense to me. Also,
this is why dunk score shouldn't be a thing.
This is why you don't combine robots and dunking. And no, you do combine robots and dunking. You don't combine dunking and math. But a robot dunking would be pretty fucking cool if you ask me. But immediately once it happened, Scal just ruined his, like, oh my God, he took off from the free throw line. And I saw that replay. He was 5 feet in front of the 3-point line. It was a cool dunk. You don't need to lie about it, Scal. Like, that was absolutely ridiculous. I did like the Drew Carter sequence because this happened right after Cole Anthony threw up. And he said, we got throw up and Nimi just threw down. And that's good improvisation from Drew Carter there. The other just purely basketball takeaway from this game is that multiple times tonight, they ran a triple drag screen for Peyton Pritchard. Like, they set up 3 consecutive screens for him to come around. And both times he got to the cup. The first time was a layup. The second time, I think he passed it to Luke, who bobbled it, and he got it back. And then he took a step back 3 and obviously missed it. But that's about it. That's all we got tonight, folks. It was fun. It was fun. So I can see right now the amount of people watching this stream right here. And I just got to say, when I would press the theme song for last night's game, the number of last night's game started 5 to 6 times the amount of people who are watching right now. And I don't blame you, folks. But to that, the people who are watching right now, bless your souls. Bless your hearts. You love hoop. You love Still Poddable. And I guess you just want to hear the dumb observations Sean and I had during the game. And so, and Sean, unless you have any hot basketball takes, I think it's time to get to the more fun portion of the evening.
Let's do it.
Starting off with the Still Poddable still of the game. That's right. This is an image that has been in the Still Poddable chat for a while. It is Sam Hauser proposing, the 2-point daddy himself, proposing to me, wearing a lovely dress on the beach, puka shell necklace, and all, and some cool shades. That's because the 2-point daddy is back, Sam Hauser. Now, was I wrong in predicting he was going to have 65 2-point shots in total this season? Yes, he had 50 last year, and he played 79 games, and I thought he's developed this completely new part of his game. I didn't take into account he's only going to play like 63 games this year. But if we look at since March, since the Celtics have been on this crazy streak, Sam Hauser is basically averaging a 2-point shot make per game. So if you look retroactively about what the thing I was trying to say allegedly, then you could twist the facts a little bit and I could still be right. my basic point was that he's going to be better at 2-pointers, and I feel like he's better at 2-pointers. And in no way is that better encapsulated than a terrible Photoshop of him offering a 2-point, a 2-candle to me wearing a dress on the beach, I think is what I'm trying to say.
And I agree with all of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I did quite well at explaining all of that. It made a lot of sense. He's called 2-point daddy for a reason. If you're not in Still Poddable chat, this is not going to make a lot of sense to anyone. Let's get to the junk drawer. To be fair, I gave up a lot of my junk in trying to figure out what to talk about this game. I already said Quattro Leches. A fat finger on the button here tonight because you gotta stretch time. You know that they pay us by the minute here at Still Poddable. They don't pay us at all. Actually, you find folks who subscribe do, but the people watching out there right here on Twitter or on the YouTubes, this is the free Poddable postgame show. But if you want Monday through Friday Celtics talk, you want to hear Jay King and Brian B. Rob's reaction to this game or to where the Celtics are as they get ready for the playoffs, go to patreon.com/stillpoddable today. Do you think KCP feels bad for ruining the Denver Nuggets?
No.
Because I don't, because he got paid millions and millions of dollars. But
so much money.
This was my way of talking about it's fucking insane that the Nuggets fired Michael Malone, sorry. 4 days with 4 games remaining in the regular season. Like, just an absolutely bonkers move that either tells me like Jamal Murray's hurt and he's not going to play. And so they're just like, we don't have a chance. Or they have no idea what's going on. And it's just an unprecedented thing for a team that was like, if they won 2 more games or last week, would be in 3rd place in the Western Conference.
Yeah. And like, you know, they have fucking Jokic on their team. Like, how are they that bad? It's so confusing.
Because when Jokic is not on the court, they're like the worst team in the league, and they just don't have anyone who can really play defense around Jokic. But the thing that really I still don't get is like, you listen to some NBA pods, there's all these rumblings. It's like, the GM and the coach, Michael Malone, really didn't get along. Calvin Booth, Michael Malone didn't get along. It's like there was 2 sides. You were the Booth guy, you were a Malone guy. You're Booth or Malone. We should make up a play where John Wilkes Booth and Karl Malone meet. But that's a separate thing. We can deal with that at a different time. Who's the more evil person in that situation? You guys think about that. I'll continue my speech and then come back to me later. But they fired both of them. Like, it was a fractured locker room, right? Like, and everyone was picking sides. And instead of being like, yeah, we're going with Booth, or yeah, we're going with Malone, they fired both of them with 4 games remaining. Even if you want to part ways with both of them, just fire one of them. Let the winner have 4 games of like, yeah, we did this. Mike Malone was there for 10 years. He's your only championship coach you've ever had in franchise history. He's the only coach Nikola Jokic has ever had. Just ride out the playoff run. Like, there's just makes no sense to me why you would make the coaching change right now and then also fire the guy the coach has been in a beef with for the past 3 years. Just make it make sense. It's absolutely preposterous. That's fair. All right. Yeah. Did you see the tribute the Mavericks gave to Luka Doncic when his return to Dallas tonight?
Oh, no, I didn't.
So they showed a tribute, and Luka was crying. He was in tears. He was very, very emotional. And it was 1, a touching moment. 2, it was like, wow, this guy really, really wanted to like stay with us. He was blindsided by this trade. He thought he was going to be with the Mavericks forever. And like, I understand that, like the tribute videos, it's like the Dallas fans were super connected to Luka in a way that like, I don't know, like the feeling like Celtics fans have about Marcus Smart, or they did about, I guess, Isaiah Thomas. But Luka was so emotional during the video that he kept on covering his head. and like putting it in a towel. Little insulting, if you ask me, because he wasn't watching the video. They spent this whole time trying to put this great video for him, and he couldn't even watch it through. He had to hide his face. Ugh, it's just, I thought it was a show some class, Luka Doncic. I had to press
Luka, listen, just cry on camera. Cry on camera. It's fine. It's gonna make for great. It's gonna make for great memes. It's gonna make for great content. What else are they gonna talk about on ESPN? The Celtics versus the Magic tonight.
They better not. If they talk about this on ESPN once over the next 24 hours, any producer who lets it on air needs to be fired. The fun more nuggets from the Luka's return. Immediately within 1 second, they had some Fire Nico chants going, which I thought was fun. Luka Doncic at halftime already had 31 points. So I think he was able to get his emotions in check. It's about to end the third quarter as we were recording this, and Luka has 38. So a bit of a stinker third quarter there from Luka. But Anthony Davis, I think, has 4 points, which is also humorous. I was rooting. Oh, he's got his way up to 9 now. I was rooting for the Mavericks to win to make this night more entertaining. But I just don't think that's going to happen. So that happened.
Do you think this is what it's like being like a Washington Wizards podcast? You just like you watch the game.
Let's talk about what else happened in the NBA.
Yeah, you're just like, let's talk about anything else for a little while.
If I was the host of a Washington Wizards podcast, I would have a segment about Bilal Coulibaly every single night, just so I could show off my ability to say Bilal Coulibaly. Coulibaly's Corner. Coulibaly's Corner would be a sponsored segment on Locked On Wizards. Maybe we should become a Wizards podcast in the next couple of days, and we just watch a lot of Wizards games. That's it. That's all I got. That's all that happened in this game. There was a cool halftime show where some ladies with some hula hoops did some tricks, but it wasn't that cool. It wasn't worth mentioning, but I just did. Folks, appreciate you watching. The end of the regular season is almost near. We'll finish with an actual serious question. The Magic are the 7th seed right now. The Hawks are going to be the 8th seed. After seeing tonight's performance against the fully loaded Magic, fully loaded makes me just think of nachos. And so I immediately distracted.
I thought of Herbie.
Oh, yeah. Herbie Hancock, John Hancock, the Revolution, New England Revolution, New England Clam Chowder, Jay Crowder, Bay Crowder. You know, I don't even remember where we started. Herbie fully loaded. That's what I'm trying to say. That was fucking crazy. Real question. Do you at all fear the Magic at all? A first round opponent? Who would you rather have the Celtics play? Because it's going to be the winner of the first play-in game, the Magic versus the Hawks. Who's your preferred opponent in that scenario?
Yeah, I feel like if you had asked me this question 3 months ago, I would have been like, the Hawks easy for me because the Magic are always annoying. After this game, I don't care. Celtics in 5, no matter what, 4. But yeah, bring me this Magic team. We could have serious Baylor Shire minutes in that series. Like, bring me this Magic team.
Yeah, I mean, the Hawks, Trae Young can do something stupid in a game. Dyson Daniels is a guy. Risa Shea does some stuff. I'm not worried about the Hawks, but I could see the Hawks maybe winning one game, a game 3 in Atlanta, where, we kind of take our foot off the gas. The Magic can't put the biscuit in the basket. And that is the most important skill to have in basketball. And against the team tonight, they were awful. They're just an awful, awful offensive basketball team. And Paolo is overrated. Franz, I'm still waiting to see the magic everyone's talking about with Franz. Apparently, Suggs is the straw that stirs the drink for the Magic. And now I realize he's gone, so they are not Herbie fully loaded. So I'm sorry for that rant a few minutes ago. But if the Celtics did not sweep this Magic team, it would be an embarrassing joke. And bring on the Magic. I guess we'll watch. Well, maybe we'll watch the game, the Hawks Magic game, and be rooting for the Magic in that game. The playoff atmosphere down in Orlando is going to be thrilling for the play-in game. But yeah, the Magic are a sick joke, if we're being honest, and not like a a funny joke, like a hey, we don't talk like that around here joke.
And it's disappointing because I feel like, I don't know. I had high hopes for this team. Like
they've been frisky. They've been approaching frisky for like 3 years now, and it's all Jalen Suggs is apparently the entire source of the friskiness.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
This was brutal to watch.
It was awful. Sign me up for 4 more though, because it'll be fun in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown doesn't even have to play. Have him rest the entire first week. And I guarantee you, the Celtics are going to win game 1. By 18 points. And I'm going to come on this podcast and say there are 0 adjustments that the Magic could make to try and win this series. And I will be correct then, just as I am correct now, because there's nothing the Magic can do at all other than Jeff Gillooly. And for those who don't know, that was Tanya Harding's loser boyfriend who took a lead pipe to Nancy Kerrigan's knee during the Nagano Olympics. I don't think it was Nagano, but I think Nagano is a fun word to say. It was a much earlier Olympics, but you guys get what I'm saying. You can't, unless the Magic pull a Gillooly, that's the only chance they have at winning this game. A game against the Celtics in the playoffs. Bring on the Magic. Bring on Stuff, the Magic Dragon. Keith Smith, he covers both the Celtics and the Magic, so that might be a fun series for him. I am clearly free associated right now. It's going to time for go. Appreciate the people who've tuned in. Shocked we went for this long. Celtics lose. The Celtics lose 96-76 in what has clearly been the ugliest basketball game of the season. We'll be back tomorrow. Jay King, B. Rob will talk about it all. I'm guessing they focus much more on the win against the Knicks than this loss against the Mavericks, but who knows? I don't control them. They are their own people. They can make their own choices. Just like you can make the choice to watch this podcast, listen to this podcast. We appreciate you did. It's been another episode of Still Poddable.
Still Poddable, still Poddable. The POSTGAME, still Poddable, still Poddable. Oh, yeah.
Slow down from eating and drinking and all that wild stuff.